Howdy y'all, my name is Justin Penev, class of 21. I'm the leather officer for Parsons Mounted Cavalry, and today I'll be teaching you how to hook up a trailer to one of our trucks. Behind me is the Sooner trailer. It's one of our two gooseneck horse trailers that we have here, and over here we have Ford 1, the older of our two Fords. When it comes to hooking up the gooseneck trailer to the truck, you want to keep in mind that you have several steps involved. The first one, before you even back the truck up to the trailer, you want to make sure that the hitch is high enough where it's going to clear the back of the trailer. Keep in mind that the back of the truck is higher than where the hitch is, so you're going to have to make sure that it's clear of that. Once you back the truck underneath the trailer hitch, the next step is going to be to make sure that the pull tab is in the unlocked position. Once you have verified that, you're going to come over here to the trailer jack. You're going to remove the handle from its holding position, and then depending on which way you spin the jack handle, the trailer will either go up or go down. You're going to lower the trailer onto the ball and make sure that the hitch goes all the way down. It doesn't get caught up on the ball during any point of the hitching process. Howdy y'all, now we're sitting back here on the back of the Ford, and when it comes to hooking up the trailer to the truck, there are several different points that connect this trailer to the truck. The first one is going to be the tab down here that locks onto the ball. This tab is able to move forward and backward depending on if it's unlocked or locked. When the trailer comes down onto the ball, you want to make sure that the tab moves all the way into the locked position. This will be indicated by the hole being directly underneath this pin. If it's not directly underneath the pin, or the pin doesn't want to go in, you can grab something like a crowbar and wedge it back and forth. You want to try and keep your hands and your feet out from this area, especially when you're hooking up a trailer. The next step, once the pin goes all the way down into its hole in the lock, is you're going to want to make sure that this goes underneath the tab. As you can see, right now it's not going underneath, so I'm going to grab the pry bar and try and wiggle it around a little bit to get this to go down into the hole. You might have to wiggle the pin or grab some WD-40 to put on it. And now it goes underneath the tab, so it's locked in place. The next step is going to be to attach our safety chains. On the gooseneck trailer, you want to keep in mind that these chains should not be crossed. If you cross these chains, it can make it hard to turn the trailer. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the hook of the safety chain and go into these little tabs. On Ford 1, it has these tabs back here. On Ford 2, the newer Ford, it has spots inside the hitch box where you can hook these chains up to. You're going to do the same thing to the other side, and then you're going to grab this breakaway safety cable, making sure not to pull the other end of the safety cable that is attached to the electrical box, only the end that has the clip on it. And you're going to go through that same link and then clip it back onto itself. Make sure not to clip it onto the safety chain itself. The final step is going to be to grab the electrical cable. You want to make sure that you keep all this free of the hitch itself, so that way the truck can turn without damaging any of it. And you're going to take the connector. It has a ridge on one portion of it. That's going to go towards the hinge on the connector in the truck. Just make sure that you put it all the way in, and that when the lid comes back, it latches the electrical connector into its pot. Howdy y'all. The last step in hooking up a gooseneck to the truck before we drive away is going to be to make sure that we raise the pad up so that way it doesn't get caught on anything as we drive down the road. In order to do this, on this side of the jack, there's a large handle. What I like to do is put a little down pressure on the pad itself, pull the pin, and rotate it 90 degrees, and it'll lock in the open position. Then I can let the pad up. Be careful, it is spring loaded, so it'll jump up on you. And then we just take the handle and turn it back to its vertical position, and now it's locked in place, and we're ready to go. Howdy y'all. Today we're going to talk about how to hook up a bumper pull to one of the trucks. When you want to hook up a bumper pull, you're going to need a hitch like this. It has 3 different size balls. One is the 1 7/8, you got the 2 inch, and then the 2 5/16. Most of the bumper pull trailers out here are going to take the 2 5/16, so start out with that one and work your way down if that one is too big. When you have the coupler, you want to make sure that it's in the unlocked position as indicated by this being all the way pulled out. And then you're going to back the truck up so that way the ball is underneath the hitch. Then, similar to the other trailers, you're going to crank down on the trailer jack until the ball is up inside the trailer hitch. And then you can pull up and then back down on this trailer hitch and make sure that the little clip locks into the trailer hitch itself, so that way the trailer is properly coupled to the truck. Now, when you hook up the trailer to the truck on the bumper pulls, you are going to cross the chains. So you can take the chain from one side of the trailer, go underneath, and hook it onto the truck. The same thing on the other side. The electrical connection will have a spot on the truck, and want to make sure that the safety cable, the breakaway cable, is also properly attached to the truck. Howdy y'all. Now I'm going to talk about how to put the 3-ball into the back of the truck. This here is the new Ford, and when you pull the ball out of the box on the back of the truck, you're going to remove the pin and stick the receiver into its spot. And if you look into these holes here, they'll eventually line up with the holes in the hitch itself. Then just take the pin and thread it in, and then make sure that you put the cotter key into the pin so that way the pin doesn't back out. This is now set up for the 2 5/16. If you wanted one of the other selections, you would just rotate the ball 90 degrees. This here is the electrical connection for the trailer. Currently there's an adapter that gives us flat as well as the type of connector that you'll find on the gooseneck. If you remove the adapter entirely, you'll get the type that is on both of the bumper pulls.